Hello, 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 hello. I'm Lynn Browder, and I have a son, Owen, who is 11. Now he's 12. See, I usually go about a month, which is not quite a month, and then I revert back to the old age. He's 12, and I'm obviously having a hard time remembering. So, Owen is 12, and he has autism, and we paint together working on his fine motor skills. He helps me paint the backgrounds, and then I paint the rest. So here I am painting. Can you guess what I'm painting? I'm sure you can guess what I'm painting. So I am going to do some different flowers, but I say that every time. I'm going to attempt to do some different flowers. That's what I'm going to attempt. So today is Easter, and we went to church, and it was raining while we went. So Owen, for a long time, he was not happy with rain at all, and he would have huge meltdowns over the rain. He would ask me to turn off the rain. He did not want anything to do with rain ever. And so going to church in the rain is still something that is just, I want it to be fine for him. Well, it's now been, it was, I think, in September, all the days blend together, of last year. He decided that rain was okay. And so now it's one of those things that I'm still worried that rain is going to come back to being a meltdown for him. But we got to church without him having a meltdown, getting in the car and everything. But once we got there, the rain was pretty heavy, and so he was concerned about it, but at least he was walking towards church and everything. But the crowds were quite busy, and blue pants was his main concern at that point. But at least we got to church, and he dealt okay with the rain. It was still kind of hard on him, but he handled it, and we were able to go in, and he enjoyed his church, his classroom, and I enjoyed the service. And I made sure I left early because I didn't want the rain and everything to, and people, all the traffic with the cars. I was concerned that that would, he was having a hard time when we got there with it. So I had a feeling that leaving and it still having all of the cars would have been really hard on him. So I made sure to get him a few minutes early from his classroom, and thankfully he did amazing when we left. And we came home, we ate. It seems like my boy is just a growing and a growing because he has been eating all the foods. all the foods, all the foods, all the foods. So he ate pretty much all afternoon, and he had a pretty good afternoon. And then towards the end, he started being concerned about his days ahead, and he really wants to see his friend again tomorrow at the therapy, like he did last week. So hopefully he'll be there, but at least he goes back to school on Tuesday. So if he just doesn't see him tomorrow, he should see him, should see him on Tuesday. So that is my story. And then he woke up a couple of times, or didn't really wake up. He didn't go to sleep. He did because he wanted to make sure that he was going to his music therapy tomorrow, and that he was going to school on Tuesday. They have a teacher planning day tomorrow, and so he's got one more day of his spring break. So hopefully all will go smooth with that, and he'll have a good day. But it's hard. It's hard when, oh, I've got paint all over me. The camera, this one, is hooked up to this arm. Oh, and I'm about to drop off all the paint. That happens a lot. And you can see that I've gotten the paint on there from the camera, or from the stand. But that's, the way the ball bounces with me. If I'm not wearing paint or getting paint on everything, then it's not happening. Something's not happening, because generally it's all over. Generally it is all over. So I'm trying to make myself do a couple different styles of flowers, but as you can see, I get stuck. I get very stuck on stuff. So it's just the way it is. But we'll make a couple different changes, and you'll also probably notice, if you've not watched before, I generally use one paintbrush continuously, and I paint with the same paintbrush because I love the way the colors just keep adding into each other. So that's generally, I think I've used the word generally 20 times, but that's okay. That's generally what I do, is keep adding the same paintbrush because I like to see the colors. So now I'm just kind of filling in and seeing what else we need to add in here. Make some more flower choices. So I really want kind of some different flowers, but I get stuck. I need to really do some flower research. Occasionally I go through and I do that. I get myself where I'm looking at different flowers and trying to mimic them or make something similar. But then I get sitting here and I just go back to what I'm used to or want to do. I don't know what the real story is, used to or want to do, but just ease of it, maybe. I don't know. But we need some more of the red in here. I think that's what we need, more of the red. Burgundy, kind of maroon. Oh, and then I go through all the colors, kind of this, kind of that. He likes to always say kind of this, kind of that. So it's kind of this and kind of that. So that's what I'm doing here. But so tomorrow should be another busy day for Owen, since he's got his music therapy and then he's got his vision therapy, and depending on the weather we might go to the park. I've got to get his new bike finished, put together, and then that will be fun for him. So that's my goal for tomorrow. See, when you're making these paintings that Like, I have in mind where things are going to go, and then you just keep sticking stuff on top of each other until it works out. That's my story. That's how I do it. I just keep putting stuff places until it does what it's supposed to do. Or, oh, see, I got I must have tons of paint on the, oh, and then it's going to drop off. That's, if you've watched before, when I call them sprinkles. A lot of times it's because I drop paint, and now you can understand why I drop a lot of paint. This is why, because I get it from one thing or another and can't seem to do what I'm supposed to do with it. So that's my story. So I think I've got enough wild things, and now I'm just gonna put some green here and there and everywhere. And oh, I gotta sneeze. Just some of these little I did sneeze, and I was afraid that I was gonna knock all the paint off. Okay, so I think we are done. It's a wild party. Okay, so I sign O for Owen, and then L and B. So there we go. All right. Well, thanks so much for watching and being a part of our day. Toodles!